Breaking news. Amid calls for the release of Nnamdi Kanu, the former presidential aide, Mr. Reno Omokri, has shed light on the reasons President Bola Ahmed Tinubu cannot release the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu. Guys, this should be interesting. Let's find out more as we hit the news. But if you're joining us for the first time, you're very much welcome. I sincerely appreciate your presence. Kindly subscribe and please don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Thank you. Now, my country people, this statement from Reno Omokri followed a public appeal by Peter Obi, the 2023 Labour Party's presidential candidate, who called on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu recently to release Nnamdi Kanu and other freedom fighters in detention. He had called on the president that he should give them a chance. The former Anambra State governor had argued that there is no justification for Kanu's continued detention, especially since the courts have ruled in his favor, where he called on the president that those that were detained during the EndSARS protests should be released. And responding to Obi's plea, Mr. Reno Omokri revealed that the gravity of Kanu's alleged offences is the primary reason for his continued detention. Nnamdi Kanu, according to Reno, made public broadcasts and statements to his followers, to his supporters, ordering them to kill officers and men of the Nigerian Army Forces. And he said he doesn't have a problem with Peter Obi calling for Nnamdi Kanu's release. But what about the troops and other service members who have lost their lives in the southeast? How will they feel when a man with an ambition to be their commander-in-chief campaigns for the freedom of a man who called for their killings? There is no country on earth where you will ask people to kill the nation's military, the nation's police and other service members, and it will not be considered a treason. Given that after Nnamdi Kanu made those comments, perhaps over 100 military, policemen and officers have been killed in the southeast region. And these guys who killed them are suspected to be members of the indigenous people of Biafra. So Peter Obi may have difficulties with the military if he calls for the release of Nnamdi Kanu without first addressing these killings of our service members. And this is especially true after Obi refused to condemn the killings of 5 soldiers on May 30th, 2024, as IPOB celebrated the 57th anniversary of the declaration of the defunct rebel Republic of Biafra less than a month ago. This is until heavy criticisms made him issue a statement about 24 hours. And now, where are Peter Obi's loyalties? With Biafra or with Nigeria? Now, with a man like Reno Omokri, people tend not to take this man serious because of the kind of statements he makes. But then let's go back to what he said. Now, he has questioned Peter Obi's loyalty, if it's for Biafra or if it's for Nigeria. You see, this is our problem in this country. Ethnic sentiments is one of the problems we are facing in Nigeria. Now, during the 2023 presidential elections, a lot of people were tagging Obi, the IPOB president, the IPOB this, that Peter Obi is coming with an IPOB agenda. Peter Obi is coming with a Biafra agenda. That was why some certain people did not support Peter Obi, because they tagged Peter Obi, the IPOB president, that he's coming with an IPOB agenda. Now, you can imagine such statements from some certain ethnic groups. They tend not to see the good that this man is trying to bring for Nigerians, and they had to give him a lot of names. Now, we've known for long that Peter Obi's loyalty stands with Nigeria. Peter Obi have not been talking about IPOB, but Peter Obi specifically requested for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. He specifically requested for the release of those that were detained during the EndSARS protests, and noted that there is no reason for keeping Nnamdi Kanu. Since all charges have been cleared against him, why hold him down? Not only Obi, other southeast governors, the federal lawmakers, they've been calling for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. Why didn't Mr. Reno Omokri answer those people? Why didn't he reply those people that have been calling for the release of Nnamdi Kanu? Why did he have to wait until Peter Obi issued a statement and then he hurriedly went ahead to reply Mr. Peter Obi? Mr. Reno Omokri, what is your problem? You have to tell Nigerians so what your problem really is with Obi. I guess Mr. Reno has a big problem with Nnamdi Kanu getting released by the Nigerian government, as he strongly opposes the calls for the release of Nnamdi Kanu, especially by Peter Obi, who recently made a call concerning Nnamdi Kanu's release to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu that he should consider releasing Nnamdi Kanu. Since all charges against him have been cleared by the court, the Nigerian government should obey court orders and release Nnamdi Kanu. So Reno has made it obvious that he has a problem with the release of Nnamdi Kanu and also the calls by Mr. Peter Obi to release Nnamdi Kanu. So my country people, what are your thoughts on this? Because this is a very, big issue here. But then Reno, in his own right, has given his own options. I mean, everyone has a right to their own options and opinions. But then the fact that Nnamdi Kanu's release is very essential, because we know that the southeast has been ravaged with insecurity, and as a result of that, this has hindered the economic growth of the southeast region. And there have been calls for a political dialogue, for a political engagement between this agitator and the Nigerian government, so that they can sit together and resolve these issues for the greater good of Nigeria and the southeast region. But at this point, a lot of people seems to be in opposition for the release of Nnamdi Kanu, especially the likes of Reno Omokri and others who are not comfortable with the release of Nnamdi Kanu. So a lot of people have been lamenting the killings going on in the southeast region as a result of the insecurity, the constant sit-at-home orders, all still, as a result of this calls for Nnamdi Kanu's release, the violence going on in the region. And this is tied to one man. So would it harm the federal government or the Nigerian government? Or would it cost them their life if they should release Nnamdi Kanu? Other agitators have been released. All charges against them are cleared. But it's obvious that Nnamdi Kanu is a political prisoner because he's from a particular region. That is why they are hell-bent on keeping him there, which seems to be quite unfair. And this injustice is getting out of hands. That is why a lot of people are making these calls to the president to consider the release of Nnamdi Kanu. But the likes of Reno Omokri has said no, that Kanu should remain in the custody of DSS. He should remain there and he shouldn't be released. So guys, I'm dropping here. Make una come chook mouth for this matter. Kindly share your thoughts on this in the comments section. Thank you.